Now we will discuss about the learning rule for weights in the hidden layers. As we have discussed earlier that the weight update formula for output layer and for other hidden layers are different. So we have seen the derivation of output layer weight update formula, and now we will see that how to derive the learning rule for weights in the hidden layers. And one particular layer we will start with, which is second layer, and the same can be generalized, of course. So we have seen that we are interested in deriving this delta Wji, and as we are going for second layer, hidden layer, so we'll be using superscript 2. As we have seen earlier, any delta Wji is going to use the method of steepest descent. So here if we go for using the same steepest descent method, then we will see that we will use this term mu and then partial derivative of this instantaneous error or qth output, qth input pattern with respect to delta with respect to Wji. So again we can use a chain rule, but here this evaluation is slightly different as compared to the output layer, and we will be using this with respect to Vj as we have done earlier for the output layer, and we need to evaluate these two terms. And as far as this term is concerned, which we are giving as 1, this we have seen earlier also. So here we need to expand this Vj term, and when we expand this and write as summation of different terms, then only that term for which h is equal to I, for that only we get a value of this partial derivative, and that is x out I, as we have seen earlier. As it is for second layer, so here you will get 1, whereas in the previous case when we were evaluating using this x2 out w3, which was vj3, then this term x2 out x out h2 was coming, and this term where we had I was matching with this, and then this and this operation on these two this term and partial derivative with respect to this gave us x out I2. So similarly here in this case also we will get x out I, but here the superscript will be 1. Now comes the second term. Second term is this one, derivative of EQ with respect to Vj. Now this evaluation is complex. This V2j, which is weighted sum at second output layer, this propagates through the output layer, and this is going to affect all the network outputs. Now we need to express this quantity as a function of quantities that are already known and of other terms which are easily evaluated. So what we do, that we are going to apply chain rule here, and this we are trying to get partial derivative in terms of terms where it can be easily evaluated. So we have chosen x2 out out j into partial derivative of x out j with respect to vj. Now as far as this term is concerned, this term is going to be expanded like this, and this term is nothing but the formula for EQ. This whole term is EQ. So we have written EQ, but here we will be taking partial derivative with respect to x out j. And as far as this is concerned, this we know that x out to j is nothing but f of vj2. So we can write like this, and partial derivative of f vj2 with respect to vj2 will be, as we have seen earlier, is going to be derivative of activation function, which we write as g. So this term is okay. This we can write as g of vj2, and here we need to pay attention that this dqh minus this is x q out h, and that can again be written as a weighted sum of inputs of the previous layer and operation operated by f, means passing through activation function. So now when we use this dqh minus this f of this weighted sum, then we need to take its derivative with x out j. Then what we get is, because we have here the square of this term, so we will get 2 times of this expression, and this half and this 2 gets cancelled out, and we get dqh minus x3 out h, which is nothing but this expression, and then its derivative with respect to this x out j, not x out j, its derivative with vh3, and then further derivative, next step derivative gives us derivative of this term with respect to x out j, and then we are left with whj, because we are going for a specific j term out of this summation. So whj we are left with. Now this term we have seen earlier, this term is going to be delta h superscript 3. This derivation we have done earlier, and whj, this term is there, and this summation will be with us because it is outer summation. So this summation for the term delta h3 and whj into this part is giving a gj. Now this whole term we represent or define as delta j2 for second layer, and we call it as local error at layer 2 for jth neuron. So this expression we can evaluate, as we have discussed in the previous class when we were seeing that how to evaluate these deltas. So now this delta can be evaluated if we have this delta superscript 3 with us. Now we have seen that these two parts, this part is x1 out I, and this part has been defined as delta j2, which can be evaluated in terms of delta 3 and gvj2. So now we can write this expression delta wji for the second layer as mu of the second layer and delta j2 and x out I superscript 1. Now if we want new weights, then weight at k plus 1th iteration will be equal to the previous iteration weight plus change in the weight. This is change in the weight. Now this expression is shown by equation number 13, and expression shown by equation number 8. Both these expressions are same, and this one. So what is the difference? Difference is that for output layer, when delta is to be evaluated, then it uses actual, not actual, rather desired output minus actual output into this Vj, is evaluation of derivative of network, this f function, means activation function. Whereas in this expression, when delta is to be evaluated for hidden layer, then its evaluation is different from this one. So here we are going to have a summation of uh, previous layer, or rather next layer uh, deltas weighted with corresponding weights, and this is being multiplied with this g of Vg3, and then we get this value. So expression is although same, and which we can generalize that weight for layer S means any weight Wji for layer S, new weight, is equal to previous value of that weight plus mu times delta j of the corresponding layers and x out I of the previous layer. But this expression is evaluated differently for output layer and for hidden layer. So I will stop here, and here we complete the derivation of a standard error backpropagation algorithm. So thank you.